Welcome to Graybo's Giblets. We are Gray Burnett, Ryan Fitz, and Duke Dotson. We own a sports card shop called Graybo Sports Cards and a sports bar called Parlay in Richmond, Virginia. We know you don't have 40 hours per week to pour over podcasts and spreadsheets, but you want to get in on the action, so we do the work for you. We bring you 30-minute giblets each week so you can feel good heading up to the window and into the weekend. We are the crossroads of sports lovers, fantasy heads, sports betting, and sports cards. We're out here dropping giblets for the people.
And today we are back after taking a week off. I'm here with Goo. Goo, how's your ice storm Armageddon situation holding up?
We're finally on a 2-hour delay after 7 days of off school. So we are back tomorrow.
They're going tomorrow.
Yes.
What county is it? Chesterfield County?
Chesterfield County. Ready to rock.
Wow, made the decision. I think Henrico, already decided that they're out through Thursday.
Oh my gosh. I did not hear that. That sucks.
Yeah. Hanover too, which that's where I am. But
yeah, that's where you are.
Working in Henrico.
2-hour delay tomorrow. So finally going back. Thank goodness Graham could go last. He was able to go back last Thursday. But yeah, having Amelia, I mean, it's tough. Just tough. For all those dads out there, you know what we're talking about.
Lots of beer and wine, and I mean, because they couldn't even go outside and play without hurting themselves.
Yeah,
it's just we're from Richmond. It was an ice storm, and Richmond definitely doesn't prepare for this, and it just was so cold every single day. Ice never melted until finally today. Got to around 45, started to get slushy. I've seen some snow plows come through here.
But we're supposed to get a little snow tonight.
What if they just decide 2 hours?
What the hell?
We're canceling it. But yeah, so that's kind of why we didn't have a show last week. I wanted to get into some college basketball. College football is definitely over. So that means March is coming, baby. It's February. We're deep into conference play. Can't wait to talk some college basketball. I know you're a big VCU fan, so we'll talk VCU. I'm a big UVA guy. We'll talk UVA. We'll cover everything up to March Madness. We'll definitely be talking about March Madness. We'll talk about conference championships, futures. Me and Goo will put a nice little portfolio together each week on some future bets. I have a good one that I already placed, but you shouldn't place it until after. You shouldn't place it until after tonight because they're playing right now, and it is a Miami, Ohio future. Well, they're up 10 with 15 minutes to go, so I'll tell you that bet and see if they win tonight, and then you can ride with me. Hopefully, you get the good number I did. All right, so let's get into it. I know you're going to the waste management too, and so we've got to talk a little bit about that when we get into golf.
Yes, sir.
We're talking
First timer
as well. It's an unbelievable experience, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So what we do with the college basketball is really we're going to talk about Saturday games, and it's hard when you're doing it podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday to get lines for basketball on Saturday. You don't get them, so we use a guy named Ken Pomeroy, one of the best statisticians in all college basketball. Go use his site Ken Pom. He predicts pretty much every game, and he's pretty spot on with the predictions, so we kind of use that as our spreads. He actually went to Virginia Tech and graduated from West Potomac High School, where my wife went. Just learned that today. So
wow,
love him even more. Ken Pop.
The more you know.
So he's great. That's kind of where we get our lines from if you follow along. So little recap: VCU getting a little hot. Little winning streak. I know you've been to a few games, so I'll let you talk about the team a little bit. They've won, 5 in a row? St. Joe's, Rhode Island, Davidson, Richmond, all pretty decent teams. Loyola Chicago, and then they got Fordham tonight, I think, and then Dayton. I'm going to the Dayton game Friday night, so I'm excited for my first VCU game. What have you seen from them?
I got to see, went to St. Joe's and saw Duke there. That was pretty cool. He was randomly right behind me.
Hey. I think every family and their kids were at that
because that
game
was on
just
Martin
trying to
Luther
get
King
out.
Day, so it was 3 o'clock. Needed to do something, but why not go to a VCU game? But no, it was a good game. Honestly, that was the toughest test of the last 5 they've played. St. Joe's is pretty good team, pretty solid team, and they handled him by 6. So that was a good win by them. It was back and forth until the very end, and then I think they haven't played much since George Mason and SLU, and they're finding ways to win. But I'm just not liking their defense. They're not playing tough. When it comes down to the top teams that they've faced, they can't bang it with the big boys like SLU. Like they're in every game because their offense is so strong, and they can make three. I mean, they can make 3 or 4 threes and force turnovers. And Hill and the guy from Oregon, Tracy, they got shooters, but their size is what's killing them. Furman taking that leave of absence is hurting them. They Djokovic, he's a great player, but he's soft for 6'11". He's always on. I'm like my buddy Joe, who I was a season ticket holder for a long time with him. We're always texting like Djokovic is always on the ground. Like, what is he doing? He's always like writhing in pain, and then he's fine 5 seconds later. He's got to toughen up. So I have an issue. He's good, but I have an issue with him. So I don't know. I think this has been a great winning streak. They're beating Fordham by 12 now.
So they're already playing right now.
Yeah, they got to find some physicality to be able to beat SLU. The big games remaining are at Dayton, upcoming on Friday, at SLU, and then home against George Mason. If we can win 2 of the 3, we have a outside chance of at large, but I still think we have to win the A-10.
Yeah, I think y'all are done with the at large, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I think St. Louis is very, very good. Robbie Avila coming back. I think he is looking to be the player of the year in the A-10. They got some dogs on SLU, man, and they should be undefeated. They lost to Stanford by 1.
By a buzzer beater, behind the backboard or something crazy like that.
Yeah, like they should be undefeated. I think they're at large. So if VCU gets them in the A-10, I think A-10 will finally get a 2-team league into March Madness if SLU doesn't choke up, which I don't think they are going to. And they're on our slate because they have the biggest line and the biggest favorites on Saturday against LaSalle, who has struggled this year. So we'll see.
Last thing I'll say about VCU is every game we've lost, we've led or tied the game within the last 5 minutes. So we've been in every game. We have the talent. We falter at the very end of the game. It's frustrating to watch. Like SLU, we went up 1. They they bang a 3 right away, and then they ended up get dominated the last 2 minutes. So
they
just gotta clean that up.
I do like VCU's will to win. Like they're going to be down 20, but you can never count them out some games.
Yeah.
But you get the flip side of that too. They'll be up 10, and then all of a sudden they're up 1 with a minute. You're like, what just happened?
Yeah, it could happen so quick. They just piss away a 10-point lead pretty easily.
But I mean, they're starting to gel a lot more. 5, probably a 6-game winning streak after this one. So you love to see it. For the Rams, beating Richmond, always good.
Love that. We own Richmond.
Always good to beat the
We run Richmond.
The 5-minute rivalry. The only great trivia question, the only city ever to have 2 teams in the Sweet 16 is when Richmond and VCU both went to Sweet 16. Pretty cool. Richmond, Virginia.
That was fun.
Great times. And
2010, what a time to be alive.
Both teams were very good. UVA, on the other hand, they are number 17 in the country. They were starting to trend very well. I was looking to be like, man, you might want to bet this team as a sleeper for the Final Four. Then kind of took a turn. I mean, went on a little stretch where it started with UNC, where they were up 15, end up losing that game, and then they have to go to double overtime to beat Notre Dame. We're down to Boston College, which is the worst team in the league at halftime. We're able to scratch that one out. So they get win is a win, but they're struggling a little bit down the stretch here. They have Pitt tonight, which is another bottom feeder of the ACC. Hopefully they can get that done. And then they'll have Duke coming up here, who's an absolute monster and wagon with Boozer and that defense that Shire has got going on. And we'll talk a little bit about Duke and UNC this weekend. But UVA, top 25 team, very happy with the way they're playing and the way their chemistry is coming along. The Ritter kid from Belgium is unbelievable. And then they got the 7-foot German. And then they put together some guys from mid-majors like Jakari White from North Dakota State, the kid from Toledo, Lewis, and my personal favorite, Malik Thomas from San Francisco. So they got – and then Chance Mallory, who's a freshman who is going to be so good. He's like 5'11", but just a junkyard dog that can hit threes.
Love that.
So very good team. Excited to see where they go.
Props to Odom, BCU boy.
Odom
putting that team together.
Puts them together, and he's able to weather the NIL storm. Bennett obviously quit. Well, not quit.
Because of it.
Because of it. Like,
let's be honest. That's why he quit.
That's what he said. I respect his decision.
Yeah.
Kind of retired, quit, whatever. But Odom has stepped in and has done a great job with the team. And I love that he talks about Tony Bennett giving him advice and all of that. So he respects where this program has gone.
Tony Bennett took it to where it is, and he just want to continue that. I mean, he won a national championship.
Won a national championship, and, like, biggest redemption ever, losing to a 16. Who did he lose to? 16 seed. Who did he lose to? Odom.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Odom was the coach.
That's kind of full circle. I didn't even think about that.
And their best player was the transfer from VCU. I forget his name for UMBC. Hit every freaking three that game.
Oh, God, I know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up.
They got that guy and Tory Burston. It wasn't Tory Burston.
God, I forget the name of the kid, but you would recognize the name. Like, he played at VCU, and then they just had a great game.
I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about. I can see him shooting a three, but I just can't remember his name.
Anyways, we don't talk about that game anymore. But where is how far do you think VCU, if they make the tournament, can go? Are they a second round team? You think they can get to Sweet 16?
No,
I think their ceiling is Sweet 16. I don't think they can get.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the ceiling, right? The ceiling.
They need a really favorable matchup, which they have not got in past years. They got really tough draws over the last 2 years that they've made it. It would have to depend on the draw, but I think they can win one game, and then I don't see them even making Sweet 16. Their defense is just not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, respect that. Yeah, round of 32, they have St. Mary's. That matchup was horrible last year, or 2 years ago. BYU matchup BYU was horrible.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can run the A10, steal a bid, and get in. We'll see.
But you can get hot. Their offense gets hot. They're just shooting 40+% from the three. I mean, weirder things have happened, but I just don't
make threes, baby.
They got to turn the ball over more, and they just got to play tougher defense. I'm just not seeing it right now.
Yeah, for Virginia, at one point, like 2 weeks ago, I thought ceiling could possibly be Final Four. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I think they could get to the Elite Eight if they get the right matchups and make a run. Their defense is a lot better from the beginning of the year. And I just love watching this offense compared to – I love Tony Bennett, but sometimes it was brutal to watch.
Yeah. I can't imagine as you
hey, we're actually in transition. Let's go make a layup or shoot a three. We don't have to waste the whole shot clock to try to get the best shot possible. But
over 60 is like a win because you saw some offense back in the day.
I know. Now this team's averaging like 80.
80, yeah.
It's crazy.
Beautiful thing.
Crazy turnaround. All right. So we do a 6-pack of bets for college basketball for the weekend. This is our first show. Very excited. We do a college game day where college game day is going. And last week they went to BYU's campus for Kansas BYU. The number 1 player and the number 2 player faced off. Darren Peterson versus AJ. I always forget his last name or how to say it, but you said it. I don't want to butcher it. But they're clearly the number 1 and number 2 NBA draft picks. That was a cool game to watch. But Kansas is rolling. Darren Peterson is unbelievable. If he doesn't get hurt, Kansas is on fire right now. They just beat Texas Tech last night too. So keep an eye out for Kansas for maybe a future here on the show. But this week, College Game Day is going to Chapel Hill once again because it is Duke at UNC to start the show, Gooch. Number 4 Duke at number 14 North Carolina. According to Ken Palm, I have this at Duke minus 7.5 away. So Carolina 7.5 home dogs, which is always interesting in a rivalry. But do you think Boozer and Duke are too powerful for Mr. Wilson in North Carolina, who is another dynamic freshman for Carolina? Who you got in this one?
These games are always close. Every time you think it's going to be a blowout, they bring it last 5 minutes. They bring it to within 3 to 4 points, a couple baskets. So I'm taking UNC to cover the 7.5. I think they do enough, and this is a big game for Hubert Davis. He's on the hot seat. He needs to show up. He needs to show up against Duke. If he doesn't, he's getting fired. If he gets blown out by 30 at home, he might get fired on the spot.
So, this is a great transition to what I wanted to lead with. I think Hubert Davis is a horrible coach. X's and
I'm not
O's.
saying he's a good or bad.
I'm sorry. That's not been too harsh.
Big game.
X's and O's. I think like in the game,
Shire's got him beat.
Shire I think can match up so much better than him when it comes to adjustments and I just think that Duke with Boozer, I just think they can't guard him. I think Duke's defense is way too strong. Carolina doesn't play any D. Hubert Davis cannot coach defense. I think Duke is going to find a way to win this game by double digits. But like you said, you do bring up some good points. Always, it's a rivalry. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's game day. I do see that, but I do see Duke maybe last second getting that 8-point win, a win by half a point. So I'm going to take Duke. You're going to take Carolina. We're gonna be rivals this weekend. Give me Boozer, the National Player of the Year right now, beating Carolina.
Damn, beating Carolina. You think so?
In bad, yeah.
All right.
I am not a Hubert Davis fan, and it just got me more pissed off that he beat Virginia. Because I remember texting during that game when we were up 15 and just being like, how does that guy still have a job? They lose to horrible teams they should not lose to.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we'll go beat 3 ranked teams. Or look at when he went to the national championship. Like there was like people saying they shouldn't even be in the tournament. And then they go on this run to the national championship because they have all this talent.
Exactly. And they can go off at any time. And that's that thought just has me holding on. I don't think they're going to win, but I think 7.5 is just a bit too much. But we'll see. I could be completely wrong.
Same. First week of college basketball that we've been. So we might have to adjust here. All right, second one, we always bet the biggest dog of the week. And according to Ken Palm, this would be the biggest favorite. St. Louis SLU is going to be around 23.5-point favorites at home against LaSalle. A-10 matchup. You're the A-10 guy. You've even seen SLU play. Where are you going here?
They're a wagon, dude. If it was at LaSalle and it was this amount, give it a gander, but SLU at home, they just beat Dayton by
30.
35. So
yeah, LaSalle lost to Michigan.
Not,
LaSalle lost to Michigan by 50 early in the year.
St. Louis is gonna. I mean, their coach is crazy too. Like he'll want to beat the shit out of.
Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did when they beat Dayton?
Yeah,
he went to the bar.
Went to the bar and
started passing out shots. People were rubbing his bald head. It was awesome.
I mean, that's a cool culture. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's how you become a Cinderella, is doing stuff like that, being a likable guy, building a team. A lot of these are 2-3 years in the program. Like Avila is one of them. Like, I love it. So sorry, with all that said, St. Louis rolls.
Yeah, Avila is good. I almost I'm gonna go opposite. I don't love it. Kind of like you when we talk college football, too many points. I think 23.5 is a lot. I'm gonna take LaSalle at home. At home, LaSalle lost by 11. So just let's add another 11 to that. We still cover. It's like now you're away. You're probably going to lose by a little bit more. I just think 23.5 is great. I'm with you. Like they just beat the crap out of Dayton, but that was also a built up game. That was like their whiteout night they do every year. So like you knew SLU was going to go all out in that game. I think this one is kind of one where you're like, let's just win and get out of here. I don't like, let's get ready for like a GW or VCU coming up in a couple of weeks. Kind of look ahead game. So I think LaSalle can cover the number, but I do love Robbie Avila in St. Louis to make a run. At one point, St. Louis was 80-1 to make the Final Four. I almost pulled the trigger. Now they're like 40. So like, it's a big
huge change.
I know. So
I'd still do it though. They have the talent. Yeah. They have the talent.
Starting to play some really good basketball. I can't wait to bet them in March. I hope they only have one loss going into the A10 tournament, because even if they lose the A10 tournament, they still will get in.
They're still making it, yeah.
Yeah, so I would love to bet them in March. All right, the third one is the best early game of the weekend. This is going to be a good one. There's been a lot of talking back and forth between these two rivals. Alabama at Auburn. Auburn actually going to be 2.5 around, maybe less than that. But we're going to have it at 2.5 point favorites. Bama just coming off a huge loss, got rolled. And all that stuff with the G League player, Charles Bideko, coming back to Bama. Auburn, Bruce Pearl comes out and says they should be banned from the NCAA tournament. A lot of bad blood in this one. Who do you have here?
I watched Alabama Sunday, and they looked freaking terrible. They look like just way undermatched against Florida. I know Auburn's not Florida, but
Auburn beats Florida.
I like Bruce Pearl, so I'm taking and you would think Alabama would be favored even on the road with this game. 2.5, like that's just begging you to take Alabama. So I'm taking Auburn.
I'm a sucker.
I'm taking Auburn.
I like it. And Bruce Pearl, it's his son coaching now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love that he's still talking. I love that he's still talking smack.
I do. He's he's on CBS Sports and talking shit. Like,
yeah,
I don't think you can do that.
He's the type that doesn't care.
Absolutely ridiculous that a G League player, a professional player, can come back and play college. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm rooting for Auburn, but I just think
his
Alabama
son just started this year, right?
Yeah, this is his first year.
That's what
he was on his staff when he started this year.
Yeah.
Alabama, I just think their tempo shoots too many threes. It's a great team to bet as a dog with how many threes they put up. So I'm going to take Bama. I think, Florida.
I'm opposite everyone.
We're opposite. I know, it's crazy. Someone's going to have a really good week. Someone's not. I just think Alabama had a mismatch with Florida's big boys. They can match up well with Auburn, and I think they'll be able to knock down some shots. The tempo should be good here for Bama as well. And as a dog, like you said Bama should be favorites. I think this is maybe a sucker bet where I don't love it, but I'm going to take the points because of the 3 point dogs here getting points. So I'm gonna take the Tide. All right, so let's get to my favorite game. This is the best primetime game of the weekend, Saturday. Number 8, Houston at number 16, BYU. And according to Kim Pom, BYU is a -1.5 point favorite. To be honest, I could see Houston on Saturday being a 1.5 point favorite. We have it BYU. And so that makes me just eat up the Cougars even more. This is one of my favorite bets. I bet Houston preseason to win the national championship. Then I got them again at 18-1. And they're starting to trend in the right direction. Their defense is really cooking. BYU's coming off some tougher losses. I just think Houston gets it done here. Who do you have?
I'm same.
Yeah.
BYU's NIL pay the stud, flashy. They're not bad, but Houston is one of my favorite teams. They do it the right way. Kelvin Sampson's a stud. He knows how to coach basketball. So they got a good team. They play physical. I like them a lot. I like your bets that you just said. Houston builds programs with men on their basketball team, not kids like DeBonsa. So I'm taking Houston. I would take Houston all day, every day.
Yeah. I think they shut down Diabonsta, however you say it. He's a good player.
They have
think
grown men to just check him in the court and say, "Welcome to the big leagues, buddy."
But I do think he always gets his. He always finds a way to get like 20 points. But I just think Sharp, the kid for Houston, just awesome 3-point shooter. I think Uzan will be the best player on the court for Houston. Yeah. And then if you haven't watched Kingston Fleming, the freshman guard for Houston, oh my God, he is so good.
I've only seen him once. I'm kind of going off historics. I know they kept a bunch of their players from last year, so it's kind of what I'm going off.
Tugler. Oh my God, Miami Ohio is only up 2. Miami Ohio is only 2. And then we're also going to be talking about this kid for Illinois too here in a second. This freshman class is insanely good.
Yeah.
But we're both on Houston. Love it. Best mid-major game is Utah State going to Wyoming. Wyoming at home is 7.5-point dogs. Utah State literally just beat them by like 35 points at Utah State. This is what made me switch my pick. For some reason, I was like, I think Wyoming can get them. And then this was 2 weeks ago. Like, how Wyoming can't get ready for the 35-point loss in 2 weeks? Like, no way. I think Utah State bounces them here. Utah State is top 40 in KenPom as a mid-major. Wyoming's outside the top 100. I think they're just outside 100, like 106. So I think Utah State, after dubbing them at home, will still win by 10 away. I mean, I switched it. I saw that score and I was like, that made me a little nervous. Give me Utah State, one of the best home courts in the country, but they're at Wyoming this week. And so, are you with me there? Or are you going the opposite?
Nah, Utah State. I watched them play against VCU. Watch them play against VCU.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, hell of a game. VCU made an amazing comeback and lost by 1. But, I mean, they have a fantastic offense. They shoot the 3 very well. I think their best players, I think his last name's Collins. He's a scorer. So I like what they bring to the table. I think they have 3 losses all year. Wyoming, I mean, they don't have a home court advantage of any kind. So Utah State, give me Utah State.
Yeah, Utah State, MJ Collins. They're also
MJ Collins.
They're also like senior heavy.
Yeah,
and that's
that
what
always
I like.
helps.
I like that for tournament time too, like seniors and juniors. Been there before. MJ Collins is their stud. So we're on Utah State together. I'll look at the score. Like Utah State put up 94 points on them, Wyoming 62. That was 2 weeks ago. 94-62, and then all of a sudden it's a 7.5-point spread just because Wyoming's at home. I don't dig it. So we're both on Utah State. All right, we're coming along here now. We're getting there together. All right. Now, I said Houston BYU was my favorite game. I lied. This is the best game of Saturday. Best top 25 game of the day. Number 5, Illinois, coming off an awesome win at Nebraska, is going to Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans, who are number 10 in the country. Spartans at home are minus 2.5-point favorites. And I was watching the freshman from Illinois, Keaton Wagler. If you haven't seen him, oh my God, he got only 3 D1 offers out of college. Illinois was the only big one that gave him an offer, and now he's one of the best players in the country. Kylan Boswell is not even playing, which is a good thing because Wagler is now – they're running everything through him. And I think Boswell will come off the bench because Wagler is insane. And then they have the whole Balkan Peninsula that just shoot it well.
And Sweden's.
Serbia.
Bunch of 7-foot white dudes.
Shoot it well, can rebound well. They do need to work on their defense a little bit and guard the 3 a little better, but I think this is going to be a really good game. I just think Michigan State's defense at home, Michigan State coming off a disappointing loss to Michigan, is going to bounce back here. And so I like it better if it was a money line, but we have to make a spread pick. So I'll give me Michigan State minus 2.5. And, Illinois coming off a just tough win at Nebraska. Now I have to go to Michigan State. I think it is kind of a letdown spot here. So who do you have? I love Illinois.
Yeah, I saw both over the weekend. Michigan State, they have Fears, who's a stud, and then the Illinois freshman that is just playing out of his mind right now. I think they match up size pretty well, but Michigan State can't shoot the 3 very well. They didn't impress me from 3 against Michigan.
Their offense struggles at time for sure.
Yeah,
if they can't get out in transition. Yeah, they struggle.
I'm going Illinois. They impressed me against Nebraska, especially being down on the road and come back and win by by double digits pretty much. Nebraska is a good team. I'm rolling with the Illini.
Okay, I like it. And so we're even with our $25 bet. Should that be our $25 bet? Michigan State, Illinois, just a prime time game.
Sure.
You get 2.5. You get
2.5. 2.5. Yeah, right. That's fine.
I like it. That's a good one to start out with because that's a game I will definitely be watching. So my lock is if I can get Houston at 1.5, I'm going to lock that in as my lock. I'll take it up to Houston minus 1.5 if it's that on Saturday. So what about you?
Utah State. That's just a big mismatch. 7.5 is crazy. Should be like 10 or 11 or 12. Utah State, 7.5. Lock it in, baby.
I love it. All right. So those are the bets. We're going to come back with part 2 of college basketball and golf. So stay tuned for that. So we got locks. Lock it in. Utah State for Goo, and Houston for me. So our team parlay is going to be Houston plus 1.5, Utah State minus 7.5, and a team pick, which we don't agree on much. Trying to see here.
Houston, or you said Houston. So
I already said Houston as one of my picks, and we said we like Utah State. I'll ride Auburn with you money line. Maybe okay. Auburn can still cover, and then we'll do Auburn money line. But part 2 coming up. right after this. See you in a little bit. All right, and we're back, Graybo's Giblets, for part 2 of college basketball since it was such a big show. So if you want to listen to part 1, some of our best bets for Saturday, go listen to part 1 before this, because this one, part 2, is more about me and Goo building our future portfolio, finding some future winners. And then we're also going to be talking a little bit about waste management golf because Goo's leaving tomorrow morning. It's never been, and he's going to have the best time.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be
So
epic.
we have to talk a little golf.
Yes.
Get some bets. Can you bet in Arizona legally? Because the last 7 years ago you couldn't, and I had to get all my bets in before I left. So just that's something you should look at.
Yeah. Bo show. I haven't had a second to think about it, but I definitely need to.
Yeah. Just to recap, part 1, our favorite bets. I love Houston, money line or getting 1.5 as my lock here. Utah State -7.5 against Wyoming, and then we're both as a team taking Auburn money line against Bama. That's our team parlay. But let's get into some futures. I love college basketball. We didn't get to do a preview show this year, preseason preview show. We dropped the ball on that one, but it's one of my favorite shows to do. You see, you can see all the bets that I made preseason. And just a few. I was big hefty on Houston. Big on Houston. So I went 2 units at plus 950. They got all the way to 18-1. So I re-upped. And now I think they're back maybe to like 12 or something like that. So got a Houston future. There's a couple that I've missed on a little bit because they got better numbers now, but I loved BYU and Texas Tech at 20-1. You can now get both of them at like 40. So I might recommend doing that. I might sprinkle a little more on them. Texas Tech's a tricky one because their starting 5 is so good, but they have no bench. Your boy Bemboye should never never left VCU. Stinks. Plays like 8 minutes a game for Texas Tech.
Doesn't surprise me.
A shame, just a shame. Santos actually was
he
good.
Played a lot.
He played for Texas Tech. It's interesting how both of those guys, VCU,
went to Texas Tech. Yeah, I agree. Our best transfer out of VCU that probably one of the best transfers was Jameer Watkins for Florida State.
Who went to Florida State? Yeah,
he was a top scorer for his junior and senior season.
Yeah, didn't he go to the NBA?
He might have. Transfer out of VCU to another school that is definitely Jameer Watkins. He's the best player to transfer out that have continue to have a good college career.
Yeah, so you could get BYU, Texas Tech both at 40-1. One of my favorites now that is trending is I got Illinois 30-1. They're now at 14-1. And Michigan was my best because I got them at 20-1. They're now plus 450. So we hit on Florida Gators last year at 45-1, Gil. Let's keep it rolling with some of this preseason stuff. I also have a little bit on Illinois, Michigan to win the Big Ten. Arizona to win the Big 12, which was a nice 8-1 preseason, which now they're minus money.
Really?
Yeah.
They were 8-1?
8-1 at the beginning. And no one
knew they were favored.
No one knew they were going to be this good. Houston. I mean, Houston still has an outside shot. Arizona has to go through a gauntlet these next 4 games. Like they have to play Houston, Texas Tech. So still up in the air who can win that. But I like my value there. I shredded with Kentucky to win the SEC at plus 390. No way they're going to win that. But you win some, you lose some. I have some players in the field. I got UConn plus 340 to Final Four, Louisville Final Four plus 450. Don't like that as much now. But mid-season, before the show, a week ago, I grabbed Houston 18-1, Vandy 30-1, and Purdue 6-1 to go to the Final Four. I still think Purdue is a very dangerous team after dropping a couple. And so 6-1 is pretty good value for the Final Four. Goo, if you had to pick a Final Four right now, Mine would be Houston, Illinois, Arizona, Purdue. Who would you roll with? And this is without knowing, obviously, some of these teams could be in the same region, but this is kind of my four that I'm looking at and tracking. Who would you pick? VCU?
No. UConn,
I like that one.
Gonzaga. I know you like that.
I do like that. They just always disappoint me. So
Florida
going back, and they're trending.
They're nice. Their offense is legit, and they got size.
They
They
got
can
guards
clean up their
too.
defense. They're
if
good.
And if Boogie Flan and Lee have to be able to shoot the three better, which they are a little bit, but Boogie Flan has to take over some games.
I agree.
But their bigs are so good. I mean, they're all back from the national.
And they don't even play that 7. I mean, I understand why they don't play that 7-9 dude, but you got to do that 7-9. And then Houston.
Yeah, I think we're both on Houston. You should go get a future on Houston with me. Let's ride. I don't know what they are. So every week, Goo, we're going to add to our portfolio. You're going to pick a future. I'm going to pick a future. And it could be anything. It could be like to win the conference, to make it to the Sweet 16, to make it to the Final Four. And mine is actually in play as we speak, and they're up 2 with 8 seconds left. So this could be a shred.
It could be live shred.
Live shred. 8 seconds left. They're up 2. Miami, Ohio shooting 2 free throws. But I have Miami, Ohio to finish the regular season undefeated plus 750. They're in the MAC. They haven't played anybody. Their conference is not that great. They have won a few games in overtime. It can happen. If you look at the remaining schedule, KenPom has them winning every single game. But it's interesting because he has them winning every single game, but projected 2 losses. So I'm riding it. That means you have to ride it because it's part of our portfolio. So if they won. Okay. You gotta go get them undefeated. It's just a fun bet. Sweating Miami, Ohio.
When would you ever bet Miami, Ohio?
Wally Zerbiak. It's interesting because Miami, Ohio, like they're undefeated, but they don't even crack the top 50 in KenPom. That's how bad their schedule is.
Yeah,
and how bad the teams they played.
Yeah.
And they shoot the lights out, but they have had some lucky games where they've won a couple in overtime. I think the trickiest game coming up for them, and I'm actually need to look it up real quick, so I'll let you speak on what you're going to add to the portfolio, what I'm going to have to bet here as one of our futures. Give it to me.
Man, I love UConn going to the Final Four. I think they're the best team in the country.
Okay.
They don't have any weaknesses. Hurley's a madman as a coach, but he's a damn good coach. He knows how to get his teams ready. I mean, they're battle tested, and like they're beating Xavier by 30. Like they take care of business against the teams that they should take care of business against. They have 1 loss. I don't think – forgot who it was against, but it was a close loss. They should be undefeated. UConn's, in my opinion, the best team in the country. So you probably will get some good value still.
God, Miami, Ohio on KenPom is 90th in the country. That's crazy. That's not good. But they are 23-0. Their best win was against Akron, who's number 52.
Yeah, that's tough.
They won by 3.
That's tough.
They won 2 overtime games back-to-back, Buffalo and Kent State. They just beat Buffalo by 2 tonight. So Buffalo, we took care of Buffalo. Good. I think their hardest game is coming up on Saturday at Marshall. We can get through Saturday. I think we can. They definitely will beat Ohio at home. UMass
through their
away,
road tests.
Yeah, UMass away will be tough. But if they can get through Marshall and UMass, they have Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Toledo, and Ohio. They're going undefeated. It's a good bet. I got it at plus 70. You got to go get it. What's UConn right now? Because I got them I had UConn Final Four preseason, and mine is plus 340. So
I love that.
if I can get a better number, I will. I don't think it's going to be. It's plus 280 right now. So you hop on 280. I'm riding with you already at plus 340. So I'm with you. Make the Final Four, add it to the portfolio. We got Miami, Ohio, plus 750 regular season undefeated, and UConn Final Four. We'll plug in your number at 280. But I'm with you. I'm riding with you there. So
Love
that's who we're adding to the portfolio. We'll do that every week after our bets. Build up a strong portfolio and hopefully get a lot of winners come March when we're chugging at Parlay for March
love to hear
Madness.
that.
Well,
Let's do it.
we already reserved 2 days. I'm sure you're on the invite list.
I need
Take
to
take off
confirm.
take off Thursday, Friday if you can, because it's definitely one of my favorite days of the year. When I was teaching, I never took off ever unless I was sick, and those were the only 2 days, Thursday, Friday. I told my
Wow.
kids I will not be here Thursday, Friday, and they
Is
were
it
like, I get it, I get it."
is it the weekend of the 13th or the 20th?
I think it's going to be later. Like, yeah, 20th sounds right.
20th? Okay.
18th around there. Like, so we have. I mean, March is great because the beginning of March you have conference tournaments, which is awesome, and then you have March Madness. So a lot of
I
gambling.
hope it's the 20th because I have to travel for work the week before, so that would shred me.
I think you're good.
Okay. If it's the 20th, I'll take off the 20th and I'll be at Parlay.
Yeah, we'll double check that.
Everybody can ask me for my wisdom.
All right. All right. Now let's switch gears a little bit. Let's get into some golf. You're going to the Waste Management. 7 years ago, I went for my bachelor party. One of the best experiences. Are you playing golf? Are
Yeah,
you okay? So
I'm
yeah,
flying.
tell me your weekend here. Make me jealous.
So we're staying tomorrow night at some Hilton vacation spot, and then everything's through my company. So we're going to play golf after we arrive tomorrow. We're just hanging out, doing a dinner with the customer, and then Thursday we have a tee time at the Biltmore. They have two courses, a links course and a regular like scenic course. We're playing at the Biltmore scenic course, so I'm super excited about that. And then Friday we're going to the tournament, and we have a suite. The Apex sponsors a suite on 16 that so we get straight up. We're on the third floor. It's apparently it's aligned with the tee box. So yeah,
That's unbelievable.
They got 10 seats outside, and then all you can drink, all you can eat. Like it's gonna be amazing. I mean,
Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, well, but you're only going one day.
Yeah, going one day. So.
Okay. So I mean, but the good news is you have a suite, so you're not going to lose your seat.
No.
So I recommend, when you get there, getting there early, walk the course. It is a cool course to walk to see every hole, and then just post up the rest of the day at 16 is kind of what we did. Just 7 years ago was my bachelor party. Went out there. We put a huge DraftKings pot together. It was like 8 of us out of the 12 put in a pot, and we were winning going into Sunday on the back nine. I remember it. We had Martin Laird and Harold Varner the third, both
so
eagle,
random.
both eagle, a hole in the front, and we were winning 50K going on the back nine. And then the back nine is one of the biggest risk reward back nines you'll see on the course. And then you also have people screaming at you and drunks everywhere. And
yeah.
I remember Matt Kuchar shit the bed on 17, that par 4 that you can eagle easily.
Oh, that's right.
But the water's to the left, so you can lose strokes very easily to the field, which he did. And then on 18, we didn't have Justin Thomas, and he birdied 18, one of the hardest holes on the course. It's one of the 3 best finishing holes: 16, the party hole; 17th, the biggest risk reward hole; and then 18th, the hardest hole on the course. to finish because you got bunkers on the right and left, and the fairway is like this. It's unbelievable. The greens, though, are pretty easy to hit all the way around. So you're really looking for players that can find fairways and that are really, really good tee to green. That's Scotty Scheffler, who's 2-1 this week. So
you can't go wrong with him.
Can't go wrong with that. But
like, I'm excited. I haven't gone to a tournament since, I want to say, I haven't been since I went to the Masters in 2014. I have not been.
Sorry, you went to the Masters. Oh,
it's been 10 years. I haven't been to a golf tournament. It's kind of crazy. So I'm excited to see Scotty Scheffler and some of the big names just live. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so not only like did I have all my best friends there, but like we walked away with 10,000. We still came in like 30th place or something. And obviously we split it amongst each other, but it was just cool to hit together. And we all had Ricky Fowler as outright winner, who ended up winning. It's like all came together.
That's wild.
It is the best time. When we first got there, we got there super early because obviously we didn't have a suite like you. Money can't hide. Mr. Can't hide it over here, Mr. Raff. But so we got there super early, and we got there where it was raining a little bit, so a lot of people weren't there. And it was also Sunday. Saturday's insane. So Sunday, we went Sunday. This guy's probably in the 60s or 70s is eating a hot dog, and all of a sudden he just throws it up all over his feet. And you would think he would move and go to a different seat because there's like 50 seats around him that weren't taken. He just sat in it the rest of the day. I'm like, dude, we just couldn't believe it. We called him
I couldn't look at that. That's disgusting.
Hot dog guy. Crazy story.
Jeez.
Hot dog guy just sat in his vomit. And we were like, why is he not moving? Like, you have so many empty seats here, but he was just like enjoying his hot dog, enjoying his vomit on his feet. And that's waste management. There you go. So have fun, have a blast. Let's hit some winners before you go.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Let's go.
So you had Nikolai Hogar last week. I had Keegan Bradley. So you beat me there, but I'm still leading 168,344 to your 139,784. So who was your one and done play this week between us? This is me versus you.
Cam Young.
Cam Young, Mr. 25-1, who will be on my card this week. Who had a pretty good year last year. For me, it is going to be Mr. Maverick McNeely. Justin Rose obviously ran away with it last week, but Maverick McNeely, two top, and then last in the waste management past 2 years, 2 top 10s. So good form. Always look for good form and always look a little bit for course history. All right. I'm laggy. Cam Young. We're laggy. Internet connection unstable.
Uh-oh. I can hear you better now.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. This is always happens a little bit when we're virtual. All right. I might have to move downstairs, but all right. We always do we're going to start doing a foursome package. So we get 4 golfers that we're going to pick with the field. Obviously, we can't take Scotty Scheffler 2-1, or he would have to be our only bet. I'm lucky that I bet him live when he won the American Express to get back some money at like plus. I think it was not much, but I used a boost to get the plus money to get some money back. So my foursome this week is going to be your boy Cam Young. I got him at 24-1. I'm putting in Mav McNeely at 35-1. I'm going Spieth 54-1 because you look at what he does here. He's gone like 4th, 6th, 7th his last 4 years here. So a top 20 bet for Spieth would be nice too. But I'm going to play him at 54-1. That's a crazy number for Spieth. I know he hasn't won in a while. And my boy Rasmus Højgaard, 75-1, a top 20 last year here, playing some good golf. And that's just kind of a let's throw some couch change and try to hit. So those are my four. Haven't hit one this year. So looking to get in the winner's circle. Who's your foursome this week?
I'm going to roll Cam Young, Siwoo Kim. Played really well last week.
Really good form.
He's playing really well. So I like Siwoo Kim.
He likes it. He likes it here too.
Love to hear that. And then I like Jake Knapp. That dude has a pretty golf swing. Good iron player.
I mean, pretty sad that just the story this summer with his girlfriend just passing away. Did you hear that?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know much about it. I just remember that, and I remember his first win, and her being there, and just like this is
damn.
Weird.
Did not know that. Well, so I like the guy even more.
Hopefully he can get it done for you when you're there.
So that would be what a story that would be. And then Victor Hovland getting it done. He's gonna hog it all over the course.
He's been so bad though, but he's probably like he's 40-1, and he's one of
the best players in the field, and he's 40-1. You gotta be risk reward, and you gotta score. You gotta have a lot of birdies on this course to compete, and that's what he scored. You just gotta avoid the bogeys.
Yeah, right. You have Scotty Scheffler 2-1, who's won it 2 years in a row. Last year was Thomas Dietrich, who went to live, so we don't have to worry about him. The year before that was Nick Taylor, another guy that's probably like 100-1 if you want a flyer, who's won here before. But then Scotty went back to back, so it's going to be hard to beat Scotty again this week. But we have some flyers.
I think somebody other than Scotty will win.
Okay, and Scotty, didn't have a great tournament last year. He came 25th, which is still good, but not for him. It's not good. So he will be he'll be the scary one that you have to compete with. But I'm like, I'm not scared of Xander Schauffele. He missed the cut last week.
No, he looked terrible. Can't putt.
Scheffler's the only one. So I like picking some flyers this week, and we got some good ones. Be great if Cam Young wins because we both got him on our card. So
love that.
At our big one and done, where we are in a big one with 6,000 people. We're off to a slow start, but plenty of golf left. I mean, our two teams are pretty much like the same. One's tied for 4,047th and the other's 4,052. Both around 174,000. We just got to pick a winner.
Yeah.
We one of the teams we made all three cuts. And then the other one we missed a cut. And then it's kind of
we had a better showing on the other two, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of matching up. I mean, we had Harris English on our worst team last week, but it brought that team up. And then we had Wyndham Clark on our better team, who had a bad weekend, still made the cut, but didn't make a lot of money. So who are you going to nominate this week as your two golfers for our big one for the vote?
Cam Young and my man Knapp.
Knapp. I like Knapp. I think Knapp will get some votes. I think someone else nominated him too. So maybe we put Knapp on one of the teams.
But don't send me an email. Those are my two.
Got it. You're good. You're good. Don't send me an email. All right. The last thing we do is our top 20 bet. We use DraftKings. Always does a little boost for the top 20. Mine's going to be Matt McNeely at plus 120. Who are you going to put in our top 20 here? Our top 20 bet.
I'm going to go somebody different. Oh, no. I'm going Siwoo Kim.
Okay. What are we getting him at? Let's look.
Oh.
I don't even know. Siwoo. We'll find it. You can find it for me. I'll plug him in. He's got to be up there, though. Like, he's only 25-1. He's like the fourth best odds just because he's playing so well and has good course history here. That's kind of why I'm off of him, but he's had really good form.
I'll find it.
And then the team one, we're both on Cam Young, but I kind of like your Knapp pick. Let's put Knapp in our top 20.
Okay.
So we got Mav, Siwoo, and Knapp as our top 20 parlay that will boost. Hopefully we'll hit it.
Siwoo's minus 120. Well, I want to win, so there you
go. Okay. Yeah. I mean, minus 120 is fine as long as the other two, right, you get a little plus money.
Yeah.
Because you got to hit all three. So, I mean, you can put Scotty. Scotty's minus 800.
I have minus 1,000. So
that's insane, dude. Absolutely.
For top 20. That is ridiculous.
20. So incredible. All right. Well, I hope you have a great time at the Waste Management. I hope we get a winner in this. Let's just hit it all. I mean, you're gonna be
chug videos.
Yeah, you're gonna be betting your face off. Like every foursome that came up, we're like, all right, I got this guy. We always bet like closest to the pen.
Yeah.
Birdies. It's just unbelievable.
I was told to bring cash to the suite, so
cash to the suite, dude. They might have freaking kiosks there now. Like they might legalize gambling where you get a bet ticket. Oh my god. You better bring a lot of cash. All right. Well, that's going to do it. We wrapped up part 2 of college basketball and had to throw in one of my favorite tournaments, the Waste Management, because Goo is going. So we'll do this each week, kind of do our one and done and stuff like that. But this was a little longer because you're going. So have a blast. We're out.
Can't wait.
Giblets.